you can see, this rig right here is a little different than most anything that people throw, and I've worked at it for quite a while to come up with a rig that works exceptionally well to catch schooling fish, not only you know, when they're actively busting on the top, but just when they start grouping together. And I see that on a lot of clear lakes that I fish, especially up north with smallmouth and spotted bass, or any of the lakes that have, you know, open water bait fish. You know, down in the southeast there's a lot of lakes that have blueback herring in it, Lake Lanier and Lake Murray in South Carolina, and that's really what we developed this rig for. And it's really hard to get it to where it doesn't tangle and twist your line, but we've kind of come up with a really neat idea by just having that swivel slide. It's a rig that we use a lot for salmon and steelhead with a dropper weight, but instead we've just got hooks tied to it. This way, when you get the second one on, it just slides up the line. He doesn't have anything to pull against like with a three-way swivel. Those big bass just break you off that way. So it's a pretty slick rig, has unbelievable action in the water, and you know, when you got groups of fish, you catch them 2 at a time with it. It's really important to have all the right components. First off, you need 2 barrel swivels, and I like to use different sizes. Today I've used a number 5, which is a larger size, and the reason for the bigger swivel is it's a little bit heavier and it pulls the bait down a little bit further. But what I want to do is I want to tie a leader to each swivel, and I make one about 16 or 18 inches and then one about 6 inches shorter, so that your 2 baits travel one right in front of the other one, just like that. I'm going to use a red Mustad 4-aught or 5-aught ultralock worm hook, and that is real critical. That ultralock hook, these baits are real soft, and that keeps it from sliding down. It just locks them right into the corner of that hook. It's just got a perfect Z-bend to it. They call it an ultralock. I really like the red hook. It kind of has that flash of like it's an injured bait fish. You know, I try to pick a color that's going to match the forage. You know, there's lots of different shades of shad out there in the water. There's smoky shad, you can use pearl white, you can use a lot of different colors. Today I used my favorite, which is Blue Glimmer Pearl. This color right here really matches a shad or an alewife. It kind of has a glow to it in the water, and without a doubt that's my favorite. But I want to just try to pick a color that's going to imitate the forage where I'm fishing at the time. And when you tie this up, it's real important. The short leader you want to put on top and just thread it up your line and just leave it to slide up there. And then tie the longer leader on next, and that way, if you get 2 on at the same time, this one will just slide up the line. It doesn't give them a pull point where they can pull against this short line, and 2 fish can pull the same direction this way without breaking you off. So that's real critical that you have that sliding on there. Also, that really helps keeping these baits from twisting up. That way, when it's going through the water, it just has that really wild side-to-side dart to it. So that's the rig. If you rig it like this, you're going to be amazed at the action it has in the water, and believe me, so are the bass.
The remarkably tough plastic used in the 3XC2s means Kevin rarely has to change lures. They just keep catching and catching and catching.
Quality bass. Nice. Just absolutely clobber this thing. I mean, and it's all visual. I seen that one come up and get it. I missed him, kept working it, and then just killed it. Man, he just come up and clobbered it. The old Z2 double rig. Can't beat it.
Livelier than a bag of rattlesnakes. No wonder the bass can't turn this rig down.
Comes one. Got it. He scared me. He came up and hit it so hard. See, now he got the front one. That's quality fish. Look at that, I hooked him in the top of the nose. Sometimes you get lucky like that. You know, that's the thing about this rig, is it's so much fun to fish, and it has a lot of advantages to it. I mean, I love it because, you know, once you add those swivels to it, and you got two of these Z2s on them, they've got salt in them. I've got these big hooks. I'm using a 4-aught hook. I use a 4-aught or a 5-aught hook all the time, and it casts so well. You know, you want to throw it on a big rod because you want to be able to throw it a long way, and you have to move a lot of line. So I'm using a 7-foot medium heavy action rod, and it's got some tips to it so I can really get that bait to dart and dance out there. But most importantly, when I get a bite, I got a lot of leverage to get the hook into that fish, or two of them. There's one. There it is. That's a good one there, too. Oh, no. That's a good solid bass. Definitely been feeding up on those shad. Quality bass.
Kevin VanDam is taking the bass to school with an amazing double jerkbait rig he calls the Double Zulu. It's a top tactic for schooling fish, particularly in clear water.
I believe I got two on there. I believe there's two. Or what? Nope, there's only one now. I had two. Oh, that's a nice one right there, though. There was another one on there. That's why you throw it. You always got a chance at those two. Oh, he absolutely annihilated it too. It's so important, man, to be watching that bait out there. That's why you got to have good glasses. Wow, he's really mad at me. That's a good fish too. I mean, a good fish. Oh, my other fluke is traveling along, but I mean, a nice one. This is one of my favorite rigs. When you got bass that are schooling together, look at that fish. I mean, that's a quality fish right there. He thought he was going to get him a good shad to eat. We'll let him go out here. I was hoping to catch two.